The president also spoke about fixing the part of his health care bill that he says is placing bookkeeping burdens on small businesses. Senator Mary Landrieu, a Democrat from Louisiana, is chair of the Senate Small Business Committee, who spearheaded the Small Business Innovation and Research Program. She joins us today. Hi, Senator. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, JJ.
You know, I want to start this conversation with something the president talked about, which is this 1099 requirement. For people who don't know what that is, it basically says that you're going to have to fill out tax forms for every small business that you work with and do more than $600 worth of business. You're trying to repeal that requirement. How's that going?
Well, first of all, this has been a law on the books, something similar since the 1940s, and many small business owners have been complaining about a portion of it a long time because it requires, when you buy something, purchase any goods through a small business more than $600, you've got to report that so that the IRS can sort of keep tabs on tax compliance, and they know this is a lot of a cash economy, and they want to make sure the federal government's getting its fair share of taxes. That's not too bad, except that what the health care bill did was extend that to, it was on services, extend it to goods, so that anything you buy as a small business, a couple of pair of scissors that would, or supplies that would go over that amount, it's got the small business community up in arms, and they're right to be up in arms about it, and we are going to repeal it. I'm helping to lead that repeal. There's bipartisan support, and I want you to know, JJ, that Senator Snowe and I, who chair and rank on this committee, are very interested in eliminating other regulations that are burdensome to small business. We think America should be encouraging and promoting entrepreneurship. And we want to support businesses that make a nice living for their owner. They may not be Microsoft, they may never be Google, but they are a business that's providing a great service in their neighborhood, and they should have fewer regulations and as reasonable tax burden as possible.
So as far as supporting small business, that leads us to the Small Business Innovation and Research Program, which was supposed to end. It's an SBA program. It was supposed to end at the end of January. Now there's an extension until May. Do you feel confident that that will be extended permanently?
I do. We're going to work very hard. I am really very troubled that this program has been extended on a 3-month or 6-month basis since 2008, and I've got almost an agreement reached to extend it for 8 years, basically to authorize it for 8 years. What businesses need is consistency. They just need to know the rules of the game, and then they do a really good job when they know those rules.
Yeah, Senator Landrieu, I know a lot of our audience, small business owners, hear about these programs that the federal government has. They hear that SBIR is going to be extended, but they don't actually know what that means to them or how they can access it. What do you say? Where do you say those people should go?
Well, for the Small Business Lending Program, which is a $30 billion program, they just have to go down to their local bank, any bank of their choice. This isn't a government program. It's government sponsored, but it's through community banks. They just have to go to their local banker, and that information's being given out now. They could go to one of their local SCORE chapters. They're all over the country. Retired business executives that have successfully created their own businesses are there to help new entrepreneurs come along. Sometimes they could contact their Department of Economic Development, would have information. But one of the key challenges in America today is getting a capital in the hands of small business owners that can take their business to the next level or grow or expand, or as the president said, reinvent themselves in this very challenging market. And with home equity drying up, with lines of credit drying up, and with regulators, honestly, which is something I have my eyes on, coming down too hard on some of these banks. They're tightening their frameworks down too low, and they're forcing the banks to contract their loans to businesses. So we've got to be careful about that, but we're hearing a lot of complaints from the small business community, and we're going to be looking into that.
All right. Well, Senator Landrieu, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. We really appreciate it.